If I were to fight Jake Paul, I would take it completely seriously like a real fight, and I'd whoop his ass, I'd beat him.
I don't think he ever gets into the ring and risks his alpha male appearance.
Paul is finally set to fight Andrew Tate. Yes, you heard that right. This matchup feels like the internet's next big obsession. For weeks, Jake seemed to be dodging Tate like unscripted punches were his kryptonite. But, surprise, a mountain of cash has apparently convinced him to step into the ring. Shocking, right?
We've seen them square off for the first time. The internet blew up. Everyone was talking about this fight. But why? So we've got Andrew Tate, who's the most spoke about man in the world right now. He is absolutely everywhere. Then we've got this guy, Jake Paul, who is making massive moves in the boxing scene. And he is one of the most famous people in the world right now as well.
Meanwhile, Tate has been hyping this as *real boxing*, and fans are eager to see if Jake will finally face a true challenge. Will this be Jake's redemption arc, or the reality check he never saw coming? Stay tuned. This one's bound to be wild.
Andrew Tate steps in with that long lead hook, and it's a good shot. There it's again, that long lead hook. He hurts the guy. Ooh, blasts him to the body.
Andrew Tate, the self-proclaimed king of masculinity, has officially challenged Jake Paul, the problem child, and YouTuber-turned-boxing sensation. But Tate didn't stop at a simple call-out. He publicly roasted Jake for the world to see. On November 17, 2024, during a live stream, Tate made things personal. Jake Paul has never faced a fight that wasn't carefully controlled. This will be different, he declared with the confidence of someone who has spent years mastering the art of verbal takedowns.
I actually quite like Jake, and I think he trains really hard.
Yeah.
And I think he's dedicated to the sport, and he's seriously actually a boxer. I don't think he's a YouTuber, I think he's a boxer.
Naturally, Jake Paul wasted no time accepting the challenge. Less than 24 hours later, he fired back with a response, dripping in classic Jake Paul energy. Tate can't survive this match. He's only doing it for the money. Oh, the irony, coming from a YouTuber-turned-boxer accusing someone else of chasing cash. This isn't just another fight. It's a collision of egos, brands, and bank accounts. The ultimate showdown between two men who see themselves as unstoppable forces. For better or worse, the world can't look away. Let's dive into what makes this clash the most talked about event of 2025.
If you want to fight and you want to send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life to kick the living fuck out of a goofy, entitled dickhead like you. You know my name, Andrew Tate. Google it if you want to know more. Any day, anytime.
First, let's get one thing straight. Both Andrew Tate and Jake Paul are already swimming in cash. Jake, the self-proclaimed problem child, boasts an estimated net worth of $300 million, earned through YouTube stunts, his social media empire, and a highly profitable, though widely criticized, boxing career. As for Andrew Tate, his net worth is even heftier, sitting at an estimated $400 million. His fortune stems from his kickboxing career, online hustling programs, and a knack for stirring up endless controversy. In fact, Tate has practically turned being unlikable into a business model.
He's got to see it.
Andrew Tate will not fight Jake. And if he does, it'd be a money play. He's going to get his ass
So much money.
He's going to get his ass kicked, and the top G facade will finally be.
When Jake accused Tate of fighting for money, Tate fired back as expected. "I don't fight for money. This is personal," he insisted. "Sure, Andrew, we totally believe you. It's definitely not about the $100 million in projected pay-per-view revenue or the opportunity to push even more overpriced self-help courses to your devoted followers. Definitely not." On paper, though, Tate holds the advantage. With a professional kickboxing record of 76 wins and just 9 losses, he's more than a loudmouth. He's a seasoned fighter. Known for his knockout power and psychological mind games, Tate has spent years intimidating opponents before they even step into the ring. If combat sports were a chess match, Tate would be the guy flipping the board while giving a smug lecture on why you're inferior.
Come on, fight!
Come on, 20 seconds to walk with me. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Work.
Jake Paul, on the other hand, is undefeated in his celebrity boxing career, boasting 8 wins and 0 losses. Impressive, right? Well, only if you ignore that most of his opponents have been retired athletes, former MMA fighters, and fellow internet personalities, likely signing up for the paycheck rather than the glory. Critics love labeling Jake a fake fighter, and this match is his chance to finally prove them wrong or confirm their suspicions. If he loses, well, let's just say Twitter will have a field day. What's a good fight without some pre-match trash talk? Andrew Tate has already started swinging, verbally, of course, calling Jake Paul a boy pretending to be a fighter. Let's be honest, that's probably a line Tate rehearses in front of a mirror. Not one to back down from a war of words, Jake fired back with his own singer. Tate is all talk. I'll shut him down in the ring.
But you've got less than somebody like me. He'd mentioned me before, and there'll be people out there saying, oh, Carl Froch's talking about himself, he's after a payday. Listen, I'm not after a payday. I'm doing all right. There's no problems with my finances.
This back and forth isn't just for entertainment, it's strategy. Andrew Tate is a master of psychological warfare, using every opportunity to get under his opponent's skin. Jake Paul, however, thrives on being underestimated, having built his boxing career on proving people wrong. So don't count him out just yet. Both fighters are taking their training seriously. Tate has reportedly ramped up his preparation with elite boxing coaches, focusing on adapting his kickboxing expertise to pure boxing. For someone who's relied on kicks, knees, and elbows for years, it's a significant adjustment. But if there's one thing Tate loves more than his Bugatti collection, it's proving people wrong. Meanwhile, Jake Paul is sticking with his trusted team, led by coach BJ Flores. Insiders say he's doubling down on endurance training to handle Tate's knockout power. Jake knows he's not the most experienced fighter, but his relentless work ethic has earned him grudging respect, even from his harshest critics. For Jake, this fight is all about respect. Despite his success, many still see him as a YouTuber who got lucky. Beating Andrew Tate would be the ultimate "I told you so," silencing his doubters once and for all. But if he loses? Oof. A loss to Tate would be a PR disaster. His entire brand hinges on being the underdog who always prevails, and losing would shatter that narrative, while unleashing a tidal wave of brutal memes. For Tate, this fight is about legacy. He's made it clear he views celebrity boxing as a joke, and he's determined to restore honor to combat sports. A win would cement him as a versatile fighter who can dominate in multiple disciplines. But let's not pretend Tate doesn't have just as much to lose. If he's defeated by someone who started out filming prank videos, his credibility and his massive ego will take a serious hit.
You lose to an old man who's retired. I live in the real fucking world, Jake. There's a whole bunch of fighters out here who live in the real fucking world. Men who are dangerous and dedicated their lives to this sport and don't have a fucking fraction of the money you have because you managed to become a fucking clown.
As expected, the internet has erupted over this matchup. A recent Twitter poll revealed that 65% of fans are backing Andrew Tate, while 35% are rooting for Jake Paul. TikTok is flooded with memes, fight predictions, and training clips from both camps. Hashtags like #TatePoll2025 and #RealBoxingReturns have already racked up over 500 million views, proving once again that the internet thrives on drama. Even celebrities are weighing in. Logan Paul, Jake's older brother, publicly dismissed Tate's chances, saying, "Tate's biting off more than he can chew with Jake." Meanwhile, UFC legend Conor McGregor chimed in on Twitter, "This fight will be a circus, but I'll still watch. Boxing needs entertainment like this." Honestly, he's not wrong.
Best boxer on the planet is
Jake Paul.
Why?
I mean, who's doing it?
If Mike Tyson says let's do this, are you down?
100%.
I'm gonna make Mike my girlfriend.
Would you fight Mike Tyson? Again, no, because he's now old, and I would be an absolutely tragic shame to knock out an old version of his prime self. That doesn't feel fair. Prime Tyson would have ripped me apart in boxing. So to meet him when he's past his prime is just honorable, and I feel dirty for doing that. So there's no amount on the other planet that could convince me to fight.
This fight isn't just about Andrew Tate and Jake Paul. It's about what their clash represents. Traditional boxing purists have been rolling their eyes at celebrity matches for years, dismissing them as cash grabs with no real credibility. But fights like this are forcing people to pay attention. Like it or not, celebrity boxing is here to stay, and it's bringing millions of new fans to the sport. A win for Jake Paul could legitimize a celebrity boxing scene, paving the way for more high-profile crossover bouts. On the other hand, a victory for Andrei Tate could serve as a rallying cry for traditional fighters, frustrated with influencers encroaching on their turf. Either way, this fight is bigger than the two men involved. It's a cultural moment. The financial stakes are massive. Early projections suggest the fight could generate over $100 million in pay-per-view revenue, putting it on par with legendary matchups like Mayweather versus Pacquiao. With an expected global audience of over 50 million viewers, this could become one of the most watched events in boxing history. Love them or hate them, Andrew Tate and Jake Paul know how to draw a crowd.
Obviously, Andrew Tate can fight. He is a hard man. He's in great shape, and he's just got that stubbornness about him where I think he's a right hard.
Though not officially confirmed, insiders are buzzing about a potential March 2025 date for the fight, with the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas as a likely venue. And really, where else would this spectacle take place? Vegas is the perfect backdrop for such an absurd matchup. Bright lights, big personalities, and even bigger paychecks. It's a marketing dream come true. So, who has the edge? Andrew Tate's experience, knockout power, and psychological warfare make him a formidable opponent. But Jake Paul's youth, stamina, and relentless work ethic can't be overlooked. If the fight goes the distance, Jake might have the advantage. His training has focused heavily on endurance, and he's proven he can outlast opponents in the ring. However, if Tate lands one of his signature power shots early, it could be lights out for Jake. In the end, it's truly anyone's game.
Like Jake. And I think he trains really hard.
Yeah.
And I think he's dedicated to the sport, and he's seriously actually a boxer. I don't think he's a YouTuber. I think
Love them or hate them, Andrew Tate and Jake Paul have captured the world's attention. This fight isn't just a boxing match, it's a cultural phenomenon. It's about money, pride, and proving who's the bigger alpha male. One thing's for sure, when these two step into the ring, the world will be watching. So, who are you betting on? Tate's calculated brutality or Jake's relentless determination? Either way, get ready for one hell of a show. March 2025 can't come soon enough.